Hello Taurus, welcome to this reading. My name is Zane and we are going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Taurus for the week of October 11th. Now Taurus, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Taurus, I do not offer personal readings. I will not be offering personal readings, so if you get a DM from me, that is someone impersonating me. That is not me. They are trying to scam you, and they are very convincing. So please do keep that in mind. I also do daily content on my Instagram, so if that's your thing, definitely give me a follow there. But with all of that said, let's go ahead and get into this reading. If this message resonates, please do consider hitting that like button so other people can see the video. Subscribe for future updates and drop a comment. Let me know what you think. So let's see what we have here for you, Taurus, for this week. All right, make sure everything is in view and we'll get right into it for you. All right. I think that looks just about good enough to me. Energy on the bottom, you have the Ten of Swords. So this is something that's completely done, dead, over with, okay? This is unrecoverable. This is not coming back. That's the sort of traditional way of looking at the Ten of Swords, probably the most challenging card in the tarot. However, what the Ten of Swords does is it provides you with an opportunity to release yourself from what is no longer serving you. Okay, if someone's hurting you, if you're in a relationship that's not good for you, or if there's a situation that's draining your energy every day, guess what? That's now gone, and that's a good thing. And so it says, you know what, there's new hope on the horizon. The clouds in the background here are clearing and making way for a new you. Yeah, it may be painful, but the clouds are clearing, is what I feel like saying. Now, what's interesting here is I almost feel like you saw the writing on the wall. I do have to say, there are some challenges ahead. However, there are some very good things ahead as well. And so do keep that in mind. The Swords energy here is definitely present. But anyway, I feel like you saw the writing on the wall because right away in the middle, you have the Nine of Swords. So let me explain this and why this is interesting with the Ten of Swords on the bottom. So this person here is having a nightmare. Okay, they are staying up late at night, they're anxious, they're ruminating over something that didn't go well. However, with the Nine of Swords, it says that this is simply a fear. This is not reality. The swords have not fallen into this person yet. They just think they are. And so what I feel like is going on here with the Ten of Swords on the bottom is your fear is either manifested or you saw the writing on the wall. You knew this was going to happen. And for you, I feel like you knew some things had to change. And I do feel like you have an opportunity to look at this as a positive instead of focusing on the negative here. Think about the net gain that you will have as you let go of toxic situations, is what I feel like saying to you, Taurus. Now, in the past, you have the Five of Pentacles, the High Priestess, and the Emperor. This could be in love. This could probably also be a work-related situation or a career-related situation. In fact, I feel like it's more likely in this case to be career-related. However, some of you could be in relationship issues as well. We'll try to bring in messages for both. But the reason why I say this most likely is career is you have this Five of Pentacles here in the past. In the past, you may be engaged in some sort of poverty thinking or poverty mindset, scarcity thinking, if you will, here with this Five of Pentacles. It's the feeling of being left out in the cold. Whether or not you are, depends. But for you, it's like there are lots of feelings and not actually, like this Nine of Swords is a fear that hasn't manifested yet. This Five of Pentacles might not have actually manifested because it's in this upper row, which is the row of your thoughts. It's like, are your thoughts negative towards finances and money? And the thing is, you have this High Priestess as well, which is this is somebody who is using their intuition, tapping into their divine feminine, and that side of themselves. It's also potentially hidden knowledge coming to the surface or secrets. And I do feel like, again, I feel like you kind of saw this situation happening before it happened. You saw the Ten of Swords happen before it happened, which would be like a total High Priestess move. I do have to say there's a nice blend of feminine and masculine energy on this reading. This is the Divine Feminine. The Emperor is masculine energy. It's the father archetype. So you're kind of having both here, which is always a good thing. This Emperor here is big boss energy. It's you bossing up. It's you taking authority and control over your life. And for some of you, I do feel like you're going to make the best out of a challenging situation here. That's what I feel strongly of. Now, we are going to get to the good things, which definitely come in. But in your current situation, you have the Hierophant, the Nine of Swords, and the Two of Swords. So, something here leaving you feeling blindfolded, okay? You're having nightmares. You're also feeling like, I do feel like there was an injustice that happened, which is oftentimes what I read with the Six of Swords. Like just something not going the right way for you. And it could mean that somebody, with all the swords energy present here, it could mean that there's just been communication issues between you and somebody else. I do feel like, the other thing with this Emperor here is it could be signify your boss. And if you're not bossing up, it could be signifying your boss if you work for somebody. And that could certainly be the case here with the Hierophant. This is mentor energy. This is also just the energy of traditional ideas or traditional ways of thinking. The Hierophant's one of those cards that has so many meanings. And, for you, I feel like this is organizational. I normally read the Hierophant as the place that you work. And so the other thing is with the High Priestess here, this is like a spiritual mentor sometimes. So you have like a work mentor or a mentor within your organization. Then you have like a spiritual way shower or a mentor or someone like that. So you're dealing with these higher energies, whether or not it's you or it's someone else. And in the future, there's going to be a sort of new beginning for you, and it's going to be much better than where you were because you have this Ace of Wands, King of Cups, and the Knight of Swords. So this Ace of Wands here is my favorite card in the tarot personally. This is turning a passion into a profit. It's passionate new beginnings. It's the spark of life. It's sort of like primordial energy, the flame that's inside of all of us that is burning, ready to start something, ready to ignite. That's what the Ace of Wands is all about. Side hustles, anything like that. And you are taking action on this right now with the Knight of Swords, or in the future, you're going to move towards the Ace of Wands energy. And so I definitely really love to see that. Further, you have this King of Cups, which is somebody who is like sitting in the water. Do you see how they're on their chair here? They're on their throne. They have their crown, but they're also sitting in water. And so it's signifying that you are capable of handling emotional storms, because in the tarot, water is emotions. And so for you, it's like whether you are becoming the High Priestess, the Emperor, the Hierophant, or the King of Cups, you have experience and you know how to handle this situation and you know how to handle it in the best way that works for you. So let's go ahead and start to clarify this situation even more. If you're enjoying this, hit that like button, subscribe if you're not already, drop a comment to let me know what you think, and maybe share with a friend or two who may find this video interesting. Taurus, I also really appreciate you being here. Thank you for spending your time with me, and I hope things are going well for you. So let's see what we have here. Okay, we have charity, prayer, and contemplation. Connect with heaven, ask, and you shall receive. So that card really wanted to come out. So look, sometimes, people are failing you. You can't come up with an answer. Things are not going well. What can you do, Taurus? You can make a prayer. You can throw a wish out to the universe. You can tap into the wisdom that is inside of you. You can connect with your heart. That is what this card is telling you to do. You also here have Odin, psychic insight. Your third eye is open, see truth for what it is, follow your intuition. And Mary Magdalene, teacher awakens. You have something important to share. Follow the inner call. Don't let anything stop you. Now, what's really interesting here is I almost never pulled read this meaning with the Nine of Swords, but I almost feel like you do have a psychic insight or an intuition about this Nine of Swords, Ten of Swords situation where you just knew that this was going to happen. And it's just very interesting to me that you got that Odin card. And we have this other card here of intuition. Now, what's really interesting, you have the exclamation point yes, which is a very good card. There are 2 yeses in this deck. The exclamation point one's the one that you want, and you have you're ready. That's probably the best card in this Oracle deck. And okay, we have 2 more that want to come in. So, okay, wow, success and perfect timing. So no doubt about it, what you're doing here, Taurus, is you are making the best out of a potentially challenging situation. And I love that you're ready card. I do feel like you have gone through a journey. I do feel like you have maybe gone through struggles. You might be even going through them now. But you know what to do here, okay? Especially, I feel like you are not in the wrong. Like, I'm definitely on your side here, Taurus. Like, with the 2 of Swords, like the injustice going on, I do feel like potentially just something challenging. You were faced with a roadblock along your path here. There's been a challenge presented. And I do see you finding a way to get forward and move past this situation in the best way that you can. You're ready. So let's see what else we have here. 8 of Wands, very nice. The Fool. And the 8 of Swords. So very nice combination here. Obviously, the 8 of Swords, so we now have this situation like 100% manifesting, okay? So we have 8, 9, 10 of Swords. These upper Swords energies are challenging. And by the way, you do have free will, so if this is not for you, then it's not for you, and you can also change any one of these cards, which is what I always like to remind people in tarot. But the thing is, there is a blockage. If this is for you and you're following along here, there is a blockage between you and either a boss figure or a father figure or a mentor. There's a blockage, and someone left you feeling blindfolded with the 2 of Swords, and now it being repeated here, the blindfold being repeated with the 8 of Swords. And in part, it could be because of something that you did, because the 8 of Swords suggests your imprisonment. But at the same time, I also feel more strongly that there's been something done here to you in some way. You have the Fool, which is, taking a new beginning. You're following your intuition here, and you're stepping forward without attachments to what was or what could have been. And this could happen very quickly with the Knight of Swords, but also the 8 of Wands, suggesting a quick moving event that brings about good news. So this situation is working out in divine timing. Use your intuition. You have the Page of Pentacles, the Devil, and the Magician. So you are dealing with a challenging situation, okay? So you have the Hierophant here. Remember how I said there are like a million ways to look at it? Well, the Hierophant can mean conformity, but when you have that, traditionally, I don't read reversals, but a reversal meaning is non-conformity. But if you blend it with the Devil and some other, particularly some other cards, but the Devil in particular, that is non-conformity, okay? So you are not dealing with the negativity. You are taking a stand here, Taurus. You are moving forward, and I almost feel like there's a new pentacle available. There's a new offer here with this Page of Pentacles. Good news or new offers coming in as you step into the unknown, as you try something new here, and you move forward for you. You're showing up for you here, Taurus. And not only that, but you have the Magician as well, with the 2 of Swords. So again, the Magician is a very nice card. That's the Divine Masculine. You have the Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine, the Emperor's father energy, but it can also be masculine. But you are really blending both energies, and more importantly, the Magician is manifesting. You are manifesting a win out of an injustice, is what you're doing here. Okay, you have the Lovers, the Justice card. What I've been saying this whole time, it's crazy. And the 4 of Cups. So, look, you're ready to weather this storm. You know that the universe has your back here. You know the universe is on your side. You know what you're doing is not necessarily wrong. Because here's the deal. The justice does suggest that you will get the outcome you deserve, whether that is good or that is bad. It depends, because the justice is about karma. It's what you've done up to this point now rendering in real time. And so it does suggest you will get that outcome. And for you, I feel like the universe has your back here. I do feel like you are in the right. I felt like that this entire time. I do feel like you've seen this coming. I do feel like you also know that as long as you're doing what is right for you and what is right for the collective, and I do feel like as long as you have that sort of energy, everything will work out. The Lovers and the Ace of Wands literally could be a passionate relationship unexpectedly coming. For others of you, that relationship is with yourself, and you are starting something new here, and there's nothing wrong with that. You also have the Knight of Swords and the Four of Cups. There's going to be an event that comes in here that shakes you out of maybe a lull, or that shakes you out of maybe like doing the same thing day in, day out. There's maybe boredom and apathy around something, and there's this big wake-up call coming in. I think, once again, I think this is ultimately leading to some sort of happiness or fulfillment for you, especially with the Lovers and the Ace of Wands in the future. Okay, let's see what else we have here. All right, I'm going to pull some Kipper cards here. Okay, so you have Despair, Mature Woman, Journey, Great Fortune, Concern, and Courthouse. Yeah, Courthouse, look, Justice is the scales, it's legal energy. Courthouse is including legal energy or anything, related to that. So, for some of you, it could be a literal legal situation. For others, like divorce maybe. But for others of you, what could be going on here is this is the divine courthouse, okay? This is the universe balancing things out for you. And you getting this outcome here that will ultimately lead you to a better place. This Concern card, once again, just suggests to me about this psychic insight here, where you just are not conforming. You've seen the writing on the wall, and you're moving forward. You do have this Great Fortune card. You're ready to put in the work with Toil and Labor now, clarifying Great Fortune. That's amazing. Okay, you have some sort of divinely inspired idea with the Ace of Wands, the Great Fortune, Toil and Labor, and once again, I feel like you have another intuition where you're like, if I do this, this is gonna work. This is gonna happen. So, thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe, check out my website, ZaneIntuitive.com. I also want to say I'm very grateful to the people donating down below. Thank you so much for your support. I'll see you in the next one.